Welcome back to my channel. She used to take you for granted. No, she's wondering why your energy feels different. Why you're not texting like HowAWO used to. Why your voice doesn't carry the same need. And here's the twist. She notices it way before she admit it. This isn't about playing games. This is about what happens in a woman's mind when the man she thought she had stops chasing, stops proving, stops pouring out his attention. And if you've ever pulled back your energy, intentionally or not, what happens next might surprise you. Female psychologist, just emotional, it's instinctive. Let's break it down. 1. Confusion sets in. When a woman first senses that your is slipping away, the initial reaction is almost always confusion. She might not say it out loud, but inside her emotional radar goes off. She starts noticing that something feels different. The way you used to look at her, so attentive, so present, isn't quite the same. Your replies are delayed. The warmth in your voice is toned down. And your eagerness to engage, to ask about their day, to show up consistently, it's not there like before. She doesn't panacea it, but her mind begins running quiet calculations. This phase is subtle. It happens when she still thinks she's in control of the emotional connection. But your shift unsettles her. She might tell herself you're just busy or having an off day. But then she scrolls through your messages, noticing the tone hashing dread. She notices you no longer double text or send good morning misses like clockwork. Her confusion grows because deep down she knows something is off. And here's where male psychology is powerful. Most women won't react instantly. Instead, they become watchful. They test the waters. They see how long the distance grows before you either return or disappear completely. And during this confusion, they start evaluating their place in your life. It's not about love yet, it's about awareness. You've changed something. And now, whether she admits it or not, she's trying to figure out why. Second, her ego takes the hit. Once confusion starts to settle in, the next wave that hits is her ego. It's not even about missing you yet. It's about missing how much you used to make her feel wanted. The compliments, the attention, the emotional energy you once gave freely, it fed something inside her, something primal. And now with that energy gone, there's a gap. She might not be in love. She might not even want something serious, but what she definitely wants is to feel desired. When she loses that emotional spotlight, her inner voice starts asking, wait, why isn't he looking at me anymore? So, she does what many people do when their ego feels bruised. She acts. Maybe she posts thirst traps online. Maybe she suddenly becomes more active in your social circles. Maybe she randomly texts you about something insignificant, just to see if you'll bite. It's not always obvious, but every move is calculated, tossy, if she still has your attention. The deeper layer here is control. She wants to feel that she still has some sway over you, and when she doesn't get their action she expects, it bothers her more than she lets on. Her ego takes a hit, and that's where the real emotional pressing begins. 3. She starts reassessing the past. This is where things shift internally for her. After the confusion and ego hit, she begins to look back. At first, she was focused on what you're doing now, but now she starts reviewing what's already happened. Women are incredibly interested when emoted and when they sense something is slipping away, the devento memory. She thinks about the way you used to treat her, the times you showed up, the effort you gave, the energy you poured into conversations, plans, surprises, even arguments, shenanigans, to see where she may have taken that energy for granted. At this point, it's no longer about why did he stop, but more like did I push him away. This phase often triggers guilt or self-doubt, and when that kicks in, something deeper starts shifting. She may not say anything, but she's remembering all the kindness and consistency. She's realizing you weren't the problem. Maybe she was too caught up in her own ego, or too focused on validation from others to value the presence of someone real. This is often the silent turning point where before she might have thought she had the upper hand. Now she realizes she might have lost something valuable. And it hits different, because now you're just gone, and your silence becomes the loudest thing she hears. 4. The pullback hits her emotionally. By this stage, she's not just thinking, she's feeling. The emotional gap you left becomes more unnoticeable. It shows up in small ways. When something funny happens and she instinctively reaches for her phone to tell you, but stops. When she's out and realizes she doesn't care as much about who's watching. When her favorite song comes on and it reminds her of a moment with you, that's when the silence starts to echo. The loss becomes real, not theoretical. It's important to understand that women process emotions differently. While men often react fast, women tend to feel in layers. First confusion, then ego, then reflection, and, finally, emotion. This is the phase where she might cry over you without even fully understanding why. She's grieving the space you used to fill. What used to be annoying. Your long texts, your consistent calls, suddenly become what she misses most. Not because you were perfect, but because in your own way, you were steady. And now that steadiness is gone. She feels turbulence inside herself. Some women act strong during this phase. Others break down quietly. Either way, her emotions are triggered, and whether she admits it or not, you've become more significant in absence than you ever were in presence. 5. The need to reconnect. This is the phase where her internal tension pushes her to act. After all, the overthinking, emotional waves, and reflection, she reaches a decision. She wants to reconnect. But how she does it depends entirely on her personality and past dynamics with you. Some women will take the direct route. They'll message you, call you, ask to meet. They'll say things like, "I was just thinking about," or, "Hey, remember when?" A softer peener meant to gauge if the door is still open. Others might take a more subtle path. She might start watching your stories, liking old posts, commenting randomly on something just to remind you she's there. Why? Because now the fear of losing your attention has shifted into the fear of losing you. This is where many men either reclaim their power or lose it again. If you immediately jump back and overwhelmed by her return, she'll feel the power shift again and might lose interest. But if you stay centered, if your energy is calm, if your standards haven't lowered, then she respects it. She might not say it, but internally she sees you differently. Now, this reconnection isn't just about romance. It's about validation for her and for you. She wants to know, do I still matter to him? And your response will answer that far, louder than words ever could. Remember, it's not about ignoring her or being cold. It's about staying grounded. Stay true to who you become, not who used to be. 6. Respect, regret, or both. The final stage is powerful and often silent. She may not say anything directly, but this is when the real shift in how she views you settles in. Depending on how the previous phase went, she either develops a deep respect for you or she's left with a if you stayed calm, leveled up, and didn't let your emotions control your actions, she'll see that. She'll might never fully tell you, but she'll carry that image of you forward. As the guy who didn't beg, didn't break, and didn't betray himself for her, attention that earns respect. On the other hand, if she realizes too late what she lost, and for attempts to reconnect didn't go as expected, it might turn into regret. Not anger, not bitterness, just quiet, lingering internal regret. She might tell her friends, he was actually a good guy. She might compare every good after you to the one who gave her steady love and didn't make a scene when he walked away. This phase can stretch for months or even years. It's not loud, it's reflective, but one thing is certain. Once she realizes your attention wasn't desperate, but valuable, her entire perspective of you changes, and here's the truth. By then, you've likely evolved so far that her opinion is no longer your priority, her respect or regret. It doesn't control you, it just confirms you did the right thing by walking away with dignity. So, how does a woman react when she realizes no longer the center of your attention? She feels at first with confusion, then with pride, followed by reflection, emotion, action, and ultimately acceptance. She may respond, she may regret, she may even return. Beautiful. Your withdrawal came from strength, not spite. Then you didn't lose her. You found yourself. Watch the next video. You're about to understand female psychology on a whole new